Hi everyone, my name is Paige Covington, and I wanted to share with you for just a few minutes about the wonderful life of my sister Tracy. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there with you physically today, but this was the next best thing. Tracy and I shared a relationship that I never really thought would come to me in my lifetime. It was a blessing. We are not technically biological sisters, but that didn't really matter to Tracy at all, and it definitely didn't matter to me. We surpassed the bond of friendship and went into a bond of sisterhood that no distance or time could ever sever. I was privileged to not only know her, but know her as a sister and as my dearest friend. Tracy was the strongest woman that you would ever meet. She endured things that some of us could only fathom. She was gifted as a writer, and that was a side that not many people got to see. She was amazing. I have poems and letters that she's written me, and I will treasure them always. Tracy was intentional in everything that she did. She wanted to do it to leave a mark. She didn't believe that life should just be careless. She wanted her life to count for something, and she wanted it to count for the Lord. She wanted to be used. She wanted him to do something through her. And then cancer stepped in. And as much as she didn't want it, it wasn't in her plan. She would say that she was sad, that she was scared. But then she always followed it with, but I know that God's going to do something. She knew that her healing would come one way or the other. And she was determined to the very end to fight. She did not believe that it was her lot to just take whatever cancer decided to dish out to her. She was going to beat cancer. And she did, because she didn't let it beat her. It discouraged her at times. She didn't like it. But she knew that the Lord was giving her the strength to be able to do all that she did. And she did it so well. Tracy was an amazing mom. Tracy poured into my life as a big sister. And my boys are better because of it, because I am the mom that I am, because of Tracy. I learned, and she taught me, and just homeschooling and weathering different storms. I have two boys, and both of my boys are just like Mariah and Marissa. So some of the things that I would walk through with Avery, she's like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. Or Kaden, and she's like, yeah, I've seen that too. It's such a gift to have that and to have her. And I will miss those phone calls. I will miss being able to hear her voice. But Tracy left me something that I will treasure always. And that is the gift of her words. Tracy and I laid it all out on the table, so to speak. We consistently told each other how much we loved each other, how much the other one meant to each other, and she was faithful to remind me of what she loved about me, even though I never really saw it. And she was always encouraging me to see that. And so while I may grieve her not being here, I can't grieve the missed opportunities of not being able to tell her I love her, or not knowing how much she loved me, because Tracy never allowed that. We said it all. And so I'm privileged. I'm so privileged to have that. And that will fill me for the rest of my days. Tracy was very honest and raw about her journey with cancer. But one thing that Tracy never wavered in was knowing that her healing would come. It may not be in the form that she wanted it to come, but it would come. And while, as I said, this wasn't her plan, she was content and willing to follow the plan that the Lord had for her. Tracy wanted to be intentional about everything that she did. She wanted this to count. She said, if I'm going to have cancer, then the Lord's going to use it. And I believe that He has. Countless people have been encouraged by Tracy's honesty and by her writing on the Hope for Tracy page about her faith and her strength. And some days when she didn't feel that strength, but she knew that her strength ultimately came from the Lord, because He said, when we are weak, then He is strong. Tracy and I had a song that we would play for each other, and it meant a lot to both of us. And we shared a favorite singer, and that was Nicole Nordeman, and her other favorite singer was Amy Grant. And it was very funny that when we found this song, those two women happened to be the ones that sing it. It's called I'm With You, and I want to read you just a part of it. Who can say I'm left with nothing when I have all of you? In the way you've always loved me, I remember He does too. The way that Tracy loved me and loved everyone was the way that showed me the faithfulness of the Lord. Because I had bad days and she loved me through it. I had days when I was just discouraged and she loved me through it. And she wasn't perfect, but she was the perfect sister for me. God weaved us together, and I am better. I am better because of it. I loved her more than words could say, and that will never change. The very last thing that Tracy said to me was, "You mean the world to me, and that will never change." She loved her girls. She loved her baby, Josh Ryan, Kaylee, Kelsey, Alina, Mariah and Marissa, and David. They were loved and cherished beyond belief. Her mother's heart was always beating. Thank you all so much for letting me share with you for just a few minutes about her life. It was one filled with amazing, amazing talent and love. And we are all better for knowing her. Thank you.